All right, so I'm wondering how you would feel. You just sent this truck off that you spent all this time getting ready for a race. You couldn't go to the race, your buddies could go, so they take your truck and they race it. It comes back with dents in places there literally should not be dents on the truck. And then as soon as they're done, they sit down and they go for about an hour over a detailed list of all the things that are wrong with the truck that you need to fix before the next race. How would you feel? I would tell you that I was ecstatic. I can't tell you how proud I am, first, of how well the team did at the race. Without me there, kind of doing a lot of stuff that I usually do for races. And then also, how proud I am to be on a team that they're like, just don't waste my time with telling me how well I did. Let's talk about how we can be better for the next race. How are we going to go and conquer the Baja 1000? What things we need to fix? That's what this video is all about. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what it looks like in the cockpit and how Honcho sounded and how we were driving in the Mint 400. And then there's a long piece in there, and that is basically what we call our hot wash, whereas we go through everything that was wrong with Honcho and the things that we think we need to fix so that we can be more successful as a team, and especially try to conquer the Baja 1000. And then at the very end, I will put more of the driving part of that. I'll just warn you that my brothers were driving. I think they forgot that the video cam was running because they say a lot of bad words. I'm not editing them out, so if you don't want to watch that, I apologize for the bad words on the video. Just zip through that part. But if you want to see some cool driving and I think some funny commentary, then check that out.
You see the flags on the left?
I see them.
75 miles per hour. See the flag on the right, come to the left a little bit.
Got it.
Let her go!
Don't let her rip, baby.
Woo! 84, 86, 88, 90, 91, 92, holy shit! 94, 95. Dude. Alright, don't forget your brakes suck.
Hey, so Dave, it's 2:02. Let's real quick for let me hit up the Mint folks real quick just for any lessons learned they want to before we kick off kind of Baja 1000. So Chris, you're first on my screen.
Sure. Yeah, couple things, and obviously being new person in the truck, maybe there's stuff you guys already know, maybe it's stuff that isn't, but one thing, definitely a louder horn and or siren would be killer in Honcho. You can't hear that thing over Honcho purring like a kitten. Second, man, that motor ran really, really darn well. And I know Dave's already working on a new transmission for it, but the motor ran flawlessly. It was great. Something I noticed, both when I was sitting in the passenger seat with Jim and also, just tendencies for folks, is it might be kind of nice to have a dead pedal there. I don't know if you've ever thought about that for 2-foot drivers to keep people from safety braking or riding on the brake unnecessarily. Another thing, speaking of, dents in hoods and roofs and things like that, be kind of cool. I know I saw a lot of the big boy trucks with a Navigator co-driver rear view mirror. I don't know if that's something you guys have ever considered or thought of. It would be really cool to be able to have that extra set of eyes to see what's happening behind while the driver's looking ahead. I felt like the GPS in the driver's position was really difficult to read. Just for what that's worth, I'm sure Baja's a whole different ball game. If you get off course there and you're trying to relate visually what the co-driver is telling you, it's probably a lot more relevant. So maybe it wasn't that big of a deal. If the HP tuner continues to be used, the routing of that OBD2 wire, when Toph and I were swapping places between one of the two of us or possibly both of us, kicked it, disconnected it by accident, was a little bit of a pain to get secured. And then both in the co-driver's seat and in the driver's seat, not that it's really all that essential, but I did find it kind of difficult, almost impossible to read miles per hour while you were driving. It'd be nice if that were like a larger font, like I know you see on some of those like concrete trucks and some of the other ones. And And the other thing is, I don't know if you guys have talked about this, Dave, or thought like with some of the essentials, would it ever be worth just putting analog gauges in? So if you have anything catastrophically happen, you're not worried about oil pressure, coolant temp, things like that. Not necessarily a bunch of other stuff, but just oh shit, do we need to shut it down, or can we continue to nurse it if something gets smashed or disconnected? That was sort of my list from both being in the passenger seat and the driver's seat. And just want to say how much fun being in that thing in both seats is, and what an amazing vehicle you built there. That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
Thanks, Chris. I used to tell when I had a real job, I used to tell the new Marines, like, tell me everything you see, because there may be reasons for it. There may not be reasons for it, but the rest of us that have been doing this, we'll forget about those things like they become normal to us. So I like hearing kind of that new perspective. All right, Mike Bailey.
I think having a clear expectation of what the team's doing would be is probably the best that we could do for us as a team.
Yeah.
But I think it was overall a great success. We had a lot of asses in seats, and we had 2 new drivers drive it, and they did great. And I loved it. I had a great time. It's a wonderful race.
Yeah, a lot of fun. I don't think we'll ever race like that again. I don't think we'll ever use a race as a kind of a place to do that again. I mean, Dave may correct me, but that's good. Toph.
The lesson I learned is you got to watch your fingers around doors, around Caleb. I got a new notch in my knuckle here. I don't know what's going on, but I definitely stuck it in there and wham, right on it. That was my fault. That's life. The one big thing is someone's got to prepare the new drivers for how much work sucks the week after, because work was not fun thinking about the weekend. The whole week sucked, especially when then the next week you go on work travel and you come back with COVID and your wife's even double pissed because you have to spend the next 5 days in your parents' casita. Can't help with the kids still. But beyond that, one thing, maybe the team dinner, which is great on the night before the race. If we do even a breakfast or a dinner the night before to give us a whole day. I know it was kind of crazy with the registration and getting all the stuff there, but there was a lot of like, okay, what's the mental list of things we got to do? If we had a whole 24 hours to do that, I think it would be a lot more efficient, or even in the 12 hours to do it. I think that was about it. The truck drove really great. It was awesome. It was a blast.
Cool. Chad, you are up.
Hey, couple of things. I think we definitely need to look at getting some kind of a tack with the shift light. There's a few times, when the driver's ripping on it and having fun, there are a few times that, hey, go ahead and shift. It's hard to tell where that truck's at sometimes, especially when there's other races around you and we're at the red line. So I think a shift light would be awesome. And then when you do something with the suspension, I feel like it's a little soft. I talked to Dave a little bit about it, but there's a few sections where we were probably rolling 20 miles an hour or so, and just going through whoops. They weren't even that big. And just every time we got to the bottom, you could feel the suspension, hit the bump stops. And I feel like it had a lot more in it. So I think if we stiffen up that dampening a little bit, we'll be able to get a lot more speed going. But besides that, that was my 2 big things coming out of it. So it was so fun.
Jeffrey Daniel.
My biggest takeaway is that I think we need to standardize some navigator language and how navigators should communicate to their drivers and practice that more. Having been navigator for several drivers and now driving for a couple of different navigators, I think if we standardize the language across the team, that it won't matter who you pair up with. There'll be a standard language that we all know and expect, and kind of when and where we're going to, I know every driver is a little bit different. Everybody needs a little more information, a little less information. That subtle nuance is totally fine to work out in the truck, but there should be we should standard at this point after 4 years, we should probably standardize the navigator language that we're going to use.
Cool. Thanks. Dave Lassiter.
Okay, the other things that I had was, again, appreciated Dave for getting the truck ready and getting everything out there. It was a lot of fun. Unfortunate, Brandon and I didn't get didn't get the drive, but I think we learned from that. And the only other, I know Denny and I kind of talked about a little bit of getting a larger antenna or some means to kind of get for the chase trucks so that we can get a little bit longer discussion between us and Honcho. I think it worked out pretty well there with mostly flat lands. I mean, we have a lot of good communication, but as you know, when we get to Baja, that's a little bit differently. I got some ideas for some polls and things like that that I'll talk with you guys on how to do. I mean, I have one on my RV that I looked around while we were there at some of the pits and what they were kind of using, which is really those flag poles that you drive up on, right? So those collapsible flag poles, and we just need to get the extensions so that we can get those cables up and antenna out a little bit further. We'll say that I believe the walkie-talkies helped, especially when the guys actually had them with them, Jim. So having that communication outside was to me much more helpful than what we've had in the past. So we're learning.
I just had a few things real quick. Extra cables. Everything that has a cable, bring 2 extra ones. Call signs for different pits. So versus, because we had a Honcho Hyundai, but that sounded too much like Hyundai, whatever. Practice crew swaps. And every driver has their own gear that's off tested the night before. Those are the things that I wrote down.
All right. And look, I was super motivated by the race. I don't have anything to add on top of all that. I will say all the driver changes, I highly doubt we'll run another race like that ever. For now on, if we're at a race, we'll be racing, not looking at driver training as much, and try to figure out other times to do that. As Dave gets settled in Colorado, we can see if there's times people want to do that. But other than that, super motivated by the race, by the new members of the team. It was a blast to have Chris there as well as Caleb fit in perfectly. Good time. So let's wrap this up. Dave, if you want to say anything about the Mint, and then I have one more thing to follow after you talk about Mint.
So just let me say, it was probably the worst case scenario for Denny and the way it went for me, because I was done working for the day and all I had to do was watch the feed from the Mint 400. And I tell you what, it was so cool to watch you guys and pushing the truck around. And then, you kind of have a limited amount of information. You're sitting there like everybody else. And every time you've ever done it, like, why isn't the truck moving? Why is the truck moving? And then I had a chance to kind of go back, and I have some of the GoPro footage from Mike and Topher driving, and I'm editing it. I'm trying to get out all the bad words, but that would take a 2-hour episode into about 30 seconds. And it is freaking hilarious to hear these guys as Mike is doing stuff that we just do. And then Topher's kind of seeing some of the shit for the first time. And it is just the calm and the communication is hilarious. Now, I'll tell you, I'm so upset I wasn't there. So proud of you guys. One of the things, though, I'm listening to Mike and everybody through it, and the transmission was an issue, and I will apologize for that. We all put forward just a ton of effort, and I appreciate the effort that everybody does to get there, to get the truck ready. All the little things that we do to make this team work is a big deal. And when we have continued frustration because of something like the transmission, I definitely feel it, because that's my job. So what we did, I reached out to TCI, which is a part of the Edelbrock group, and they cut us a really good deal on a new Turbo 400. So as soon as I can, we're swapping out Honcho with a Turbo 400. I just got their flex plate. I'll be putting that on pretty soon. Turbo 400. I got to get new drive shafts for the truck. We're going to go with a winter shifter, and this will be good because a lot of the guys, you had to watch a video and figure out how to shift, and this is going to make it just like the easiest truck you've ever driven. You'll have a handle, and you can put it in 1, 2, or 3, and those are your gears. And if you're in 3 and you put it into 1, it's going into 1, even if you're doing 120 miles per hour. So I think that'll simplify things and hopefully make just the truck that much more predictable and durable, which would be kind of the things. And and as we go into Baja, I think that we are definitely getting to the cracking the code on making Honcho durable in design and also durable in just, I think we're just driving smart and those kinds of things. So I really feel like Baja's going to be good for Honcho, and then also for Lefty. So my goal is to have Honcho done as quick as I can. I'll need some help, from if Loco, if he can cruise by. And again, huge thanks to Loco for getting Honcho on the road, because I'll tell you what, he was working with me. I don't know, we're like till 1 a.m. the night before you guys all got there, and that was awesome. And also Caleb coming over and helping, and then Bear, that's huge, having just the local bros helping out with that. And Brian, if you can come over too, that would be awesome. What I'll do is probably unload a lot of the Honcho stuff on you guys while I kind of get to work on some of the design on Lefty. My goal is have Lefty in a roller by July. So that means I'll finish up the all of the plumbing and all that stuff for the engine, finish up the roll cage and get that thing on wheels and suspension. Hopefully by July will be my goal. And then driving it hopefully by September so we can get out and do some good testing on it. So the pivot guys were, I'm telling you, like totally impressed by what you guys did at the Mint 400. Norm, the owner, I've known him for a lot of years, and he's like so pumped up. Sending another pivot for Chad. Again, I sent him the video of Chad just freaking, but just hauling ass in the desert, and he was so into that. And so we're gonna try and get some footage of their brand new pivot iPhone mount on Chad's bike. Hopefully, doing some autocross, full send kind of pictures, which they're getting into. So we got great stuff, man. There's gonna be a lot of logistics. I'm not gonna talk much about that. I'll leave that to Dave Johnson. I hope that you'll be there, and Denny to kind of work on as far as how we're going to get the team and who's going to go to La Paz and all those kinds of things. But just realize that this one's going to be big and totally different than all the races we've done. But as far as the truck builder part, I am totally motivated, especially after watching you guys at Mint, to get these trucks better than they've ever been, more tested than they've ever been, and ready for the race. So that's all I got. Turn over to you, Danny.
Cool. I know I can't wait. I'm already looking forward to Baja. And I think the challenge is going to be just be another thing that'll bring this team even closer together. So, but we definitely need to. It's going to be a big logistics. I'm just starting to think about it. What I'm going to need from everybody as soon as possible, and I've already gotten it from the people who couldn't make this meeting today. They've given me Snapper, Sea Dog, and Josh have all said 100% in for Baja. I sent the dates of Baja in the chat, so look at that. Remember, it's going to start in La Paz. That's going to open the door for some people to fly to La Paz, but I think we're going to have, as we start to figure this out, some people can go straight to Ensenada and meet us there, kind of from the halfway point up. So not everybody would have to go all the way down south. But again, we got to wait to hear from SCORE on how registration is going to work. So if we had drivers that were going to go to Ensenada, not all the way to La Paz, could they register at SCORE in Ensenada still? I think they're going to have to do that, but I haven't seen anything official. Maybe when they finish the next race they're about to do, they'll start kind of get full into Baja stuff. So we'll stay on top of that. The other thing we're looking at is, are we going to be able to take the ferries across? Because I think that's going to be the easiest way to get the trucks. There's a lot of pieces involved with that. I don't have much to add. I think the first key on this is just getting commitments from people, who's going to be there, 2 vehicles. So it's going to be taxing on every logistical part. So, all right. Did I miss anybody? Saved rounds, Dave?
No, I'm just excited, man. I tell you, I'm totally pumped. You guys heard me say it before. I'll do this as long as we can. So I'm just excited that everybody's charged up to make it better. And I took notes from everybody, that all the stuff that you guys said, and we'll get to work on that. I'm sure we'll have a lot of conversations about that kind of stuff. So I appreciate it. I think that's what you do when you talk about professional drivers and all that kind of stuff, or professional whatever, is despite how well you think you did, you critique what you did and you try to make it better, and that's what we're trying to do. So really looking forward to getting these trucks ready, doing all this testing we're talking about. So thanks for everybody.
Fuck yeah, dude. It's time, baby. 9 o'clock. Fuck.
All right.
Woo!
Locked and loaded. Okay, they're good.
Holy shit, Topher.
Dude, what the fuck are we doing? There's people.
We're winning. What are we doing? We're fucking winning. Put your visor down.
It's down.
What's that?
Don't take it too high.
I won't.
Go, go, go.
I want him to go in front of me so I can see what happens to him.
Slow, slow, slow.
Don't worry. Holy shit.
Whoa.
Fuck yeah, go slow. Oh my god, dude. This might be really silty by the next time you get here.
Yeah, okay.
So this could be, we're gonna fuck around and get in the sport so you can get this no problem. Cause you're gonna want that power.
Yeah, you can just stay low and pin it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Holy fuck, she's running good, baby. Oh my god. Better than she ever ran in Mexico. That's fucking power. Holy shit.
Really? You got someone passing on your right.
I see it.
There's one more back there somewhere.
There's one right behind me too.
Yeah.
I see him.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Okay, we're almost out of this. Couple more turns.
Yep.
And it'll be the 25er.
Someone behind me right now?
I can't tell.
Okay.
We need more mirrors.
We do need more beer.
So coming up, you just follow these guys.
Yeah, yeah.
They're going to be going 25. Give it.
Yeah.
That was a little quick, I think.
No, I got it. I'm in.
It worked, but just when you're racing, you're going to try to go quicker.
Yeah.
Just try to think slow, up, slow, down. Give it a beat.
Am I still at 25 miles an hour through
You're
here?
still, yep, slow down. You're 28 right now.
Thank you.
20, sorry, I should have watched. 25, you're good, right here. You still got another mile of this. Okay, so try going, shifting up.
This way?
Other way, down. Okay. Now shift down. Yeah.
That's pretty fucking fast. It's better than anything I had in Mexico. You have a... Oh, I got one.
You got it?
Oh, it's raining.
That's gonna be... I gotta start on that, though, which kind of sucks.
Nah, you're fine. You've seen it.
Yeah, but I mean, even that, just getting the feel of the truck and the turns and the...
Yeah, that's tough.
I'll just go slow, though. That's fine.
Go slow. Look, doesn't matter, dude. You were fucking with it last night. I saw you messing with it.
I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about just getting used to the sway bar without clenching too hard.
You'll know, dude. After what do we have? Right, 50 miles right now.
Yeah, 58.
Our 58 miles, dude. By the end of this, you'll know exactly what this truck can and cannot do.
That's a good point. Speed zone ends. You're good to go. Full speed.
I will in a second. It looks like they took off. Fuck it.
You got a 90 to the left coming up. 90 to the left. Sorry, that came up quicker than I expected.
It's okay. You're learning. Oh, I'm out of sport. God damn it.
Forward to go down. Forward to go downshift.
Yep. I gotta let these guys pass me.
You're straight shot for a little while to get used to that shifter.
What's my RPMs?
4,000. You got a slow 90 coming up in 1,000 feet.
Okay.
You'll see these little tights go. Okay, yeah, there's the 90. 90 to the right. There's ruts. D2 ruts.
You want to stay out of the ruts? Keep your pumpkin safe. As much as you can, right?
Yep, thanks. Okay, you got a D1 ruts inside and then a right 45 after that.
I see the 45.
There's ruts on the right where that orange sign is, maybe? I don't know. Probably in the turn.
No, that's just
in the turn.
God damn it, I'm out again. Fuck. Okay, I got it. Well, I like the paddle shifters more. So we're protecting the pumpkin. Staying out.
Yeah. Okay, straight shot for a while. So what do you mean you're out? Is it coming out of sport shift?
Yeah, because I've been pulling it this way.
Oh, you're pulling it. So, okay, pull it towards me then. Okay. You're at 2. Yeah, there you go. That's the power right there. That's 3,000 RPM. That's the low end where you want to be. I think 2 to 5, right? Or 3 to 5?
Give or take, depending on what you're getting into.
Still straight shot for a while, so you're good.
See if I'm in sport here. Can you see my gears?
I can't.
Fuck.
So that's 3,000 RPM.
Okay.
At 50 to 60 miles per hour. Okay, yeah, trend right. You see the...
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. Holy fuck, dude. Okay, yeah, you follow those guys straight through.
How fast are we going?
90 miles per hour.
Holy fucking shit.
Right through the middle of those guys.
Splitting the uprights here.
Trend left. You see the sign over there? You're okay. Just trend left when you get across these. You're to the right of the course a little, but you're all right. You just keep staying.
Okay.
You see the flags on the left.
I see them.
75 miles per hour. See the flag on the right, come to the left a little bit.
Got it.
Let her go!
Don't let her rip, baby.
Woo! 84, 86, 88, 90, 91, 92, holy shit, 94, 95, dude. Alright, don't forget your brakes suck. You slight left. Light left, follow that guy. 30 left.
I'm not in sport anymore. Everything I do doesn't do anything. Good.
Got straight shot for a while if you want to fiddle.
I'm in sport, but it's not giving me anything.
You can't change?
Not at this speed. I'm not gonna fuck around with it.
Whoops coming up. 1,000 feet.
Thank you. That's slower. Fuck, dude.
500 feet. You can see them going right where they are.
Yep.
Whoops. Can't downshift at all?
No.
Are you in it?
I thought, look, it's over. It's over.
Are you in second or are you in drive?
I don't know. I think I'm in drive.
Can you go left at all? Okay, now go back over and...
Nope. There, now I'm in drive.
You're good here. Keep going. Whoops coming up 1,000 feet. What are you in now? Neutral? You're in neutral. Go down 1. Now go right. No, so you're going in neutral when you go up.
There, now I should
Now
be in...
shift. Okay, whoops, coming up.
Yeah. I can't get it in sport. Fuck. Oh, there we go. I think that shifted.
Yep. Just try taking a second. Take a beat when you change. Whoa, yeah.
I think I'm in sport again. That didn't shift though.
Just give it a second. Give it like a meh, meh.
I just did.
All right, you heard it. There's a lot to get done as we get ready for the next race, which will be the Baja 1000. Really rapidly, we're going to get this truck ready to go. It is pretty good. We got some cosmetic details we got to get done on this thing besides that new transmission for this truck and then a new transmission for Lefty, and I have to assemble Lefty. So there is a lot to be done. I'm going to go ahead and get to it, and that's what the next videos are all about. I'm going to go through all the steps that I go through to get Lefty into a race-ready truck. So stick with us on that. If that's the kind of stuff you like to watch, you can subscribe and see all that stuff. We'll see you next week. Take care of yourself.